Dear Diary, it's Cori. Living with lupus isn't easy. Some days it feels heavy, and some days it tries to slow me down. But here's the thing, I don't let it stop me. Instead, I let it fuel my hustle. Living with lupus has become a daily task, down to me being so fatigued, in so much pain, and the constant doctor visits. As far as the fatigue goes, it's literally like I always ask people, like, you know how like fatigue feels, right? Like when you're exhausted, like your body feels like you got hit by a truck. Like that's how my body feels on a daily. And recently, I've been feeling super fatigued. At first, I had like a lot of energy when I was pregnant, but I think my body is kind of going back to the way it is. And then the pain, when you have lupus, and I guess it depends on what kind of lupus that you have, but the one that I have arthritis, so that comes with major joint pain. Like when I was little, my hands used to be stuck like this because they were in so much pain. And it also gets worse when it gets colder. So that's a part of the pain side. And then the doctor visits, those are very constant because my doctors want to make sure that I'm stable and I'm not inflamed and they're not missing anything. So doctor's appointments look more so like going to see my doctor, getting my blood drawn to make sure that all my levels are where they need to be. And if they're not, then they'll either up my dose on my medication, add my medication. It just depends on what's happening. So I have my rheumatologist who handles my lupus. So that's my lupus doctor. And then I have a kidney doctor because when you have lupus, your kidneys is the main organ that can be affected. I have my regular primary doctor, OBGYN doctor, neurologist, because I was getting really bad migraines at one point and they just wanted to make sure that, you know, I didn't have anything going on with my brain. And then after my stroke, that's a lot. After my stroke, I have a blood doctor now who keeps track of my blood and makes sure that it's flowing and doing what it's supposed to and making sure we're not missing out on any blood clots or any great things like that. Shit. I think that's really everything. And honestly, I used to feel like lupus was this roadblock in front of me. But then I realized that it's a part of my journey and my story is bigger than my diagnosis. One thing about being sick with lupus is I learned that you have to have great self-care practices. And mine look a little like eat better. You know the saying, you are what you eat? That is very, very true. After my stroke, I kind of changed my diet. I went on this 4-week program and my labs, which are blood tests, my blood work, looked better than ever with me having lupus since the age of 6. But there's also so many good things out there, like French fries, hot wings, pizza, cookies, and ice cream. So it makes it hard to really stay consistent and stand on business. But that is something that I do try to incorporate, right? Whether that's a green juice, more vegetables, more fruit, more water. I actually love water. So those are one. That's one. And then also massages. I love getting massages, facials every 4 weeks to keep the skin glowing and beautiful. Getting right with God, really having like, I wrote in my journal one day, like I just wanted to write goals and things for me to do to, you know, just stay busy and get out of this deep, dark, depressing mode. And it was like, give God like an hour to 30 minutes of your day, just you and him one-on-one. And so I would sit here and I'll watch Stephen Furtick. He's the best. He's a pastor. And I'll just write down everything that I think stands out to me and just read it back. And so that's also another thing. Sound baths. Just a lot of like practicing a lot of solitude. I feel like when I was younger, I used to feel like I needed to be with somebody, whether that was a guy or a girlfriend, you know? So just learning how to be by myself, practicing solitude, looking at the bigger picture, right? The fact that I do have lupus, but I'm able to do what I love to do. You know what I mean? I'm able to get up and get to it. And so taking care of myself isn't just about lupus. It's also about honoring my body, my mind, and my spirit. That's how I keep showing up. Lupus doesn't define me. It actually motivates me to hustle harder, love deeper, and just look at life in a whole different way. And as far as the hustle part, like, I want to show the world that you can be sick and you can still be very successful. But don't get me wrong, I struggle with that. When I see these artists on tour, for example, Sabrina Carpenter, that's my favorite artist right now. She's amazing. But I see how she moves on stage and I just be like, damn, like with me having lupus and me always being in pain, and even sometimes walking is hard for me, like walking a very long time or a long way, like it hurts my feet, it hurts my legs, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like an old lady. Like I'm only 26, but I feel like I'm 80 years old. So sometimes I tend to like lose, I guess, hope on that, or I get discouraged because I'm like, damn, like how am I going to be this star, this mega star, whatever you want to call it, if I can't even walk 5 minutes? You know what I mean? So just working hard and doing what I can and showing like, yes, you know, there's things in life that we don't have control over, but the things that we do have control over, give it your best shot. And like I always say, every day is a battle, right? I'm constantly having these conversations with myself to keep me going, to keep me motivated. Even this series, I fought Wayne a few times about it because I'm like, this is not like, no. But, you know, like the fact that I can even do this, the fact that I even have a platform to talk about my experiences and you guys even want to hear about it. So just putting my big girl pants on and taking control of my life, no matter what. And I'm going to leave off on this. We all have battles, but your battle doesn't mean you can't win. It just means that your victory will inspire someone else. Until next time, diary, it's Cori. To any of you out there who are struggling, just know that you're not alone, you're not broken, and you have to learn how to turn your challenges into your hustle. Because know that the story that you're writing is very much powerful. I'll see you next time. On my next diary entry, we're going to get into building Chalk Factory from scratch. Yeah!
I'm just like you.